Do butterflies come out in the winter? I don't really know the answer. I've grown up in places that don't even have snow, so for me it's always been true, but I don't know if that's true anywhere else. What do I know? It's always like 95 degrees in the winter anywhere I've ever lived. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we finished storming Stonehenge Base and took down the commander of the aliens terrorizing Winters. Another victory for us. This time, after our hint from AppleKit saying that he returned the book Overcoming Shyness to the Internet Library, the Tendas being too shy to talk to us is the most pressing conflict in the world right now. Other than Gygas himself, I would say that we're making pretty banner progress on our goals, all things considered. We're going off to Onet right away. Here we go. It's not necessary to return the map now. Come back in the year 2001 to return it. That's kind of a fun line. Itoi, the director and head writer of EarthBound, he wanted to initially change this line in subsequent re-releases, but personally I think it's kind of more funny that he left it alone. I approve his final decision. It was actually something that he went back and forth on quite a bit throughout the re-releases. She is of absolutely no help, but it's fine because, you know, she was correct. Ever since I got a town map, I haven't had this girl leave my side for anything other than a business mogul taking her away from me. That is some powerful female attraction power that town maps have. I know that some of these NPCs will tell you about overcoming shyness. It's just not really that pressing for us to learn about now that we found it. Now that we're done at Stonehenge, something that I've wanted to talk about is that the pyramid lore that we learned about in the Summers Museum, or the Scaraba Museum of Natural History that's in Summers, it's something that I never see talked about, ever, and I find it interesting. Cool. I find it interesting. Basically, it's implied that an alien invasion took place on Earth thousands of years ago. Gygas' race tried to invade, presumably before he was even born. It seems to be an ancient failed invasion. The alien stronghold was Stonehenge, which I've said I like the fact that they play with that theory that aliens had a role in creating it, and that's what it's actually for. And the human stronghold was in Scaraba. It was the pyramid. The humans actually won the day, developing the Hawkeye with ancient technology that's become lost. The Hawkeye was important to their victory, and we ended up using that ancient technology again to stop the aliens in Deep Darkness and their influence over this area. I think it's kind of cool. Some of the little history you get on the world in EarthBound, and it kind of just combines a lot of mysteries in our world to tell, you know, a semi-interesting story. My ulterior reason for pointing all this out is because I thought it was pretty funny how the head of Stonehenge died to some mummy wrap. It came full circle and the ancient technology won the day again. We're back in Tenda Village. I think, you know what? Yeah, I think we can just get rid of the diamond band. I'll put that in Ness's inventory. And Jeff, you can finally have your worthless weapon that doesn't matter at all. Death Ray inside. It's a sad, sad day when an item called Death Ray is one of the most worthless items ever. It kind of furthers my whole argument of a lot of items not being in a good place, because once you have that broken bazooka, which you can have long before the end of your adventure, 45 IQ is not at all a steep requirement. You'll get it without even trying. I consider myself under-leveled, and I got it way earlier than I think you should get it. It just makes all of Jeff's weapons completely meaningless. You don't need them for anything. Or shy. What if we use this book on you? You can't use the shyness book. It's like I'm trying to beat him over the head with it being like, be less shy! What if I use it on you? Can't use the shyness book. Can't use it on anyone. You're the Tenda who is not shy. I guess he would have no use for such an item, so that makes sense. What about the chieftain? We're all shy. Rumor. I heard there's a book to fix shyness there is where? Don't know, just a rumor. We have to use it on you. It's one of those NPCs. Book! I can fix shyness. Thanks. Relax. I'll read to everyone. Oh! Just holding this book in my hands make me feel like I'm overcoming my shyness already. I'll take time to read it to everyone. I like that sound effect. It almost never plays. The leader of the Tenda tribe read Overcoming Shyness to everyone. Chat, chat, whisper, whisper. I'd like to give you some Tenda kraut in return. Tenda kraut is a type of dish that all Tenda like. It stinks, but it tastes wonderful. Ness lends the leader of the Tenda tribe the book Overcoming Shyness. Ness got the Tendakraut. Remember that time I stank? Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius. If it is, I myself, I get rid of it. Remember, look at the camera. Ready? Say about the pickles. Saying fuzzy pickles when you get your picture taken is a trend that I noticed catching on lately, and I approve. It's a really fun thing to say to remember the happy times. Hey, you. I have a happy little question for you. Are you sure this is the correct player's name? If it's not right, you can change it. I'm happy with the name that I've chosen. Are you absolutely certain? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I thought you had made up your mind. It sounds like Bob Ross. It's a little weird that Tony doesn't call you for that one. The reason why it asks for your name twice is that in the Japanese version, first time it asks you, it has you type it out in, I believe, katakana. But because not everyone's really, good at katakana, it then asks you in hiragana, which is useful for, proper Japanese. Not everyone would know how to write their name in katakana unless they've specifically looked it up or they had a not terrible school, I guess. Hi. Smile. We're gonna go around and talk to the Tenda tribe a little bit. I'm a woman. Did you think I was a man? That's kind of shocking considering you're supposed to be a race of humans. Now I know why this game got a T rating in all of its re-releases. In the hole, in we have. Free stay? Okay, you stay. We can do that, and Jeff? No! You got 3 broken items in your inventory. You think you'd repair at least one of them. Attempt number 2. Working through the night, Jeff fixed the broken trumpet. After being fixed, the broken trumpet became the defense shower. Defense shower is a defense spray that can be used across multiple battles. The defense spray breaks at the end of a battle, being able to use multiple times within the same fight. Increase the defense of all friends. It is most effective if you have this power multiple times to layer the effect. Can be used many times. Affects the entire party, is factually better than the defense spray in every way. Turning a trumpet into a shower is an amusing thought. It kind of reminds me of that scene in Willy Wonka when he's blowing soap suds all over everyone. Speaking of which, I learned very recently that Willy Wonka performed poorly in theaters when it was released, which I find baffling because it was just the most popular movie ever when I was growing up. Everyone I know loved that movie, and it did well because the rights to air it on TV were so cheap from its failure that that's how everyone learned about it, and it did remarkably well in VHS sales. Not only that, but the author of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Roald Dahl, condemned the movie, saying that even though he was involved in working on it, they missed the point, focusing too much on Mr. Wonka and not enough on Charlie, and it ruins the story. And I'm like, wow, it's weird to imagine a world where Willy Wonka is not a universally loved piece of media. I like the Horn of Life. Give me the Horn of Life, I give you something. Look at list. Will you give Horn of Life? We don't have Horn of Life, but we will get Horn of Life. We have some things that I want to go take care of. It's one of those moments where there's quite a few things around the world for us to do, and we're just kind of having a bit of a slow moment, so before we do anything else, now that the Tenda are no longer shy, rather than progressing, we're going to go around a bit. This first thing requires that we go anywhere with a hint man. It's been a while since we've been to Threed, and I just kind of like being there and feeling accomplished in what we achieved all that time ago. Puts a lot of things into perspective and shows how far we've come, so we're going there. Maybe so happy to hear that some of you didn't know how great this song was if you let it play out, because you don't really have to spend a lot of time here. You just hop on the bus and go to the Dusty Dunes Desert after you've played long enough and you know the game like the back of your hand, so I'm really happy I got to show you how great of a song this was. Because it really is. Hitman! Now, wait a minute, youngster. I could give you a great hint for just $60. Oh, hey! Have you spoken with, like, the Tenda deep in the cute little Tenda village? Oh my gosh, really? Are you, like, really serious? I sound like a, teenage girl. Do you like the way I talk now? That's it for today. Going back to Winters, very strangely, it's not peaceful. There are still aliens roaming around that are ready and willing and able to fight you. What did stopping the Starman Deluxe do? Nothing? Not quite. I waited for you. I'm glad to see you again. You're back, Sebastian. I just love making haiku. I'm so glad I finally saw it. I'm so happy it brings tears to my eyes and makes my nose run. Next up is Saturn Valley. I remember when I was a kid, that Tenda said that he wanted Horns of Life. And I was thinking, well, gee, that sucks. I already used all my Horns of Life. Or I sold them, or I just don't have any. And one of them gets me, what, a yogurt? Yeah, sorry, not trading that. I didn't realize that Mr. Saturn can do all for you. But not this one. This Mr. Saturn, I come buying and he can do all for me. He will sell you the Horn of Life for $1,780. Might as well stock up. We have $160,000. After our little shopping trip, I gotta say, Paula and Pooh are feeling awfully horny. I like the Horn of Life. Go ahead and give me the Horn of Life. Go ahead and give him the Horn of Life. And he will trade you the items in order that they appear on the list. So we start off with a plain roll. You happy? I happy. That's debatable. And this is a very cumbersome way of getting things. Plain yogurt. My tastes are far more refined. I've had trout yogurt now, thank you very much. Third one gives us another plain roll. Fourth one gives us a spicy jerky. This guy reminds me of, I think Chet Rippo is his name from Paper Mario, where you have to pay 64 coins to not know what you're buying, but he's the only place where you can get certain star pieces throughout the game, so you have to do it for completion, but you're getting ripped off far more often than not. Gets the bag of Dragonite finally. I don't like this Tenda. I don't think that this is worth the items that you get from it just because of how expensive it is, but if you have so much money you don't even know what to do with it, you might as well do it just cuz. We'll get the Talisman coin. I think I'd want to give that to Jeff more than anyone else, but we have full inventory space, so I can't really do that now, can I? What is the... I don't think we've ever obtained a plain roll. We've obtained a, I think, bread roll is what it's called. I don't have a lot to say about this. I guess there are some people who think it's good. When eaten, you recover about 80 HP. Wow, it recovers more than the bread roll. It's kind of like one of those things where you had to wonder who actually buys rice cakes. Plain yogurt. Tastes okay in some respects. When eaten, you recover about 160 HP. That ain't bad. Looks like to get every item, I gotta make a repeat trip. I didn't realize just how many items we need to sell that have been building up for a while. The diamond band has no more use to us. We don't need that many. $4,999. I barely lost any money on having that. Talisman ribbon's no longer useful, and it's worth $1,750. Spectrum beam can take a hike, $825. Yes, I'll sell things at you. Talisman coin can go to Jeff. I'm willing to bet it doesn't do as much as the Talisman ribbon, and regardless if it does or if it doesn't, I'd rather have the Talisman ribbon on Paula, just out of it being something that only she can equip. Oh! That's weaker than the souvenir coin. Does raise Ness's defense by 10 over the lucky coin. I have some things that I would like to tell you about the lucky coin in a moment. For now, we're just going to go ahead and sell it. Our lucky coin sells for 3,000. I considered stocking up on extra Horns of Life just because we're here and getting a lot of them. I decided against it because we already have, I think, 5 cups of life noodles that we haven't used, and those heal any status ailment. There's just not much reason to do it. To divert things for a moment, we're going back to Summers. I didn't realize how much I missed this place until now. Maybe we should have seen the hint man here. Nah, 3's more heartwarming. Summers just gives the appearance of being heartwarming. I bet it's not even that warm. I bet it's just kind of a normal lukewarm temperature. This shop inventory that I've told you gets you equipment very, very early. He sells you the lucky coin for 6,000, the platinum band for $68.99, and the diamond band for, we'll call it 10,000. I mentioned that you would eventually get the ability to purchase these items for far less money. To give you the comparison, now that we have seen them, The Platinum Band is sold in Scaraba for a mere $38.99, whole $3,000 off of what it is here. The Big League Bat in Scaraba is roughly $1,400, and the Diamond Band is roughly half off when you get the capability to buy that in Deep Darkness. Why am I dedicating time to this? Why is this important? Well, there's a very little known piece of something that I want to share with you. The Lucky Coin is the only item that has never been made available for sale anywhere else. Sort of. The Charm Coin that can be purchased in Deep Darkness has the exact same stats as it, 50 defense, 20 luck. And it is sold for $3,000, one half of what the Lucky Coin costs here. Why is this distinction made? Why have two items with the exact same attributes? Well, the way that, let's say, the Diamond Band is handled, where it's 10,000 here, 5,000 elsewhere, is that there are two items in the game that are both called Diamond Band. And the way that they make them cost differently in shops isn't by setting the prices, it's that every item has a buy price and a sell price, and they just merely made a copy of the Diamond Band with the same stats that has a different sale price than what the other one does. The Diamond Band that we just sold is of the Summers variety, which is why we got over $5,000 for selling it, making a really, really nice bit of bank. If your Diamond Band is not from Summers, it would have sold for merely $25.99. All the items that are sold in Summers for inflated prices are like this, except for the Lucky Coin. It has the same name of Lucky Coin in Japanese, but when the game is being localized, this was lost in translation and the same item name was localized 2 separate times into 2 separate names and it was never caught. As a result, to us, the Lucky Coin and Charm Coin are separate items that have the same stats, but they were meant to be the same item all along. Yeah, I know, not a lot of people care. After all that, all he has to say to me is buy or get out. Fine, don't appreciate the mysteries of life even when they revolve entirely around you. That is some serious self-absorption. What? I got lit on fire by a butterfly. Man, trying to go warp speed and getting stopped by running into a butterfly because no solid object can be in your way. That's what I call the butterfly effect. I thought that was gonna be a mad taxi or something. We got our horns of life, and we find ourselves older and wiser with that under our belts. Wow, this frame rate really cannot handle this many Tenda on the screen at one time. Hello. I know you like the Horn of Life. Oh, I guess we're having an extra one even though I just said we weren't. Give me the Hall of Fame bat. Like I said, you don't need to do this. It's not really that helpful. You're gonna get better items for everyone very soon anyway, and a lot of people would see this as an inconvenience. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, because it is a little bit helpful. We have more money than we know what to do with, and I wanted to go around to some other towns and show you some fun stuff anyway. I'm gonna go back and sell my old bat just to free up space. We ain't in the big leagues anymore. Past our prime, we have been remembered in the Hall of Fame. How much does a bag of Dragonite sell for anyhow? $500! Oh joy! I know, who wants to have a bag of Dragonite pawned off on them when multi-bottle rockets exist? I don't mean to make the bag of Dragonite sound bad. It is still a great item. It's the ultimate example of awesome but outclassed. Maybe even awesome but impractical just because there's only 3 of it in the whole game and it really is not worth that rarity. Oh yeah, that's right, Shy Tendas that we gotta talk to. There's something that has been kind of developing over the course of the journey. I've had some of you noting it in the comments saying, hey, I just realized something. The names of the towns, they have a theme. Onet has 1 at the beginning, then you have 2 Son, then 3 then you have 4 side. But this goes a lot deeper than you might think it does. And I don't mean underground. Oh, underground exists dinosaurs. Big, scary, lost underworld, stone, there is. Talks lots. At least you lampshaded it yourself. I'm gonna blow your mind by telling you that the summers of 1 at Tucson, 3 and 4 side is 10 to village. I thought of that when I was like 14, and I thought I was so smart and ahead of the curve. I didn't have friends, okay? Recently, everyone is able to talk a lot, so I've lost my identity. Aww. I'm kind of bad for this guy. I guess if you want to go a little bit deeper into this, in interviews, it has been asked what a 5th town would be called that was going to have the naming scheme of Onet, Tucson, 3 and 4 side, and the answer that they gave was Fivelen. There you go, material for your fan game. Powerful. Aye. So show everyone. I got it, yeah! I do not want to stand in this area any longer in case it gets unstuck from the ceiling. Well, we made the Tendas less shy. We've done a lot of things. Gone around the world, seen lots of rare sights, learned lots of new little things. I think we need to finish our relaxation with a nice cup of joe. Or tea. That works too. Drink. Like a great tapestry, vertical and horizontal threads have met and become intertwined, creating a huge, beautiful image. This is why I like calling the game's world the one image, the great tapestry, because I like to think it's talking about how digital images are created and how they have meaning despite them just being data. You may have cursed this never-ending journey. You have known injury and defeat, but you have struggled on to reach this place. Your inborn intelligence and courage have helped bring you here. You have believed in your friends, and as a group, you have supported each other. Have you ever stopped to consider how much your power has grown? Now, you could fell enemies in Onet and Tucson with one blow. As you certainly know, you cannot turn back. Gygus, the archfiend of the universe, is growing frightened of you and your power. He is searching for ways to end your journey. From here, the challenge grows and your adventure will take you beyond anything you ever imagined. You are drawing near to Gygus. Remember, when you are suffering hardships, your enemy is also struggling. By the way, do you know where Pokey went? When this cup of tea is finished, your adventure will continue. Your destiny pulls you in the right direction. Believe in yourself and press forward. Ness, Paula, Jeff, Pooh, I wish you luck.